Hello everybody, it's Jason Artiga and this is another episode of Cinema Macabro. Today's video will be a review on Panos Cosmatos' second film starring Nicolas Cage, Mandy.
Mandy is the second film directed by Panos Cosmatos. His first film, Beyond the Black Rainbow, was a LSD-fueled sci-fi film centered in the year 1983. Like Beyond the Black Rainbow, Mandy is set in that same year and also has a huge LSD-themed revenge story. In the first scene, we are introduced to Red Miller, played by Nicolas Cage. Red is a hard-working lumberjack who heads straight to work to be with his lovely wife, Mandy, played by Andrea Riseborough. One day on a walk, Mandy spots Jeremiah Sand, a cult leader, and his brethren riding on an RV. From his gaze, he ultimately hatches a plan to kidnap Mandy for his own desires. He gets one of his followers, Brother Swan, played creepily by Nathan Dennehy, to conjure up motorcycle, or in this case, ATV riding demons, to get Mandy and incapacitate Red. In a creepy scene, the four bikers, who are reminiscent of the Cenobites from Hellraiser, take Mandy by force and tie up Red. Jeremiah tries to woo her by showing off his power amongst his followers, only for Mandy to laugh at his inflated ego. Angering him and disrespected, Jeremiah burns Mandy alive in front of Red, killing the only woman precious to him. The next day, Red seeks help from Carruthers, masterfully played by veteran actor Bill Duke, who informs Red what the bikers are and how to deal with them. Red crafts a mystical battle axe along with his crossbow. He crosses the thresholds of hell for his revenge. Now, if I could sum up Mandy in 2 words, I would describe it as a beautiful nightmare. Cosmatos directs this film like a fever dream. Never being pretentious or relying on 80s nostalgia, Mandy feels like you're in an alternate version of the 80s, one of earth tones and expressive lighting. The love scenes where Mandy and Red share together are beautifully shot, which adds to the tragedy of the film. The horror scenes are truly nightmarish and frightening, and the fight scenes are brutal and well choreographed. We can see references from movies of Mad Max, Race with the Devil, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and Conan the Barbarian. The theme of love and loss is something out of a Greek tragedy, Orpheus or Dante Alighieri's Inferno. We are often subjected to the brutality of violence of Red's revenge, seeing the colors of the film get more expressive. If I can make a comparison to the second half, it would be to Argento Suspiria. At times, Mandy feels like a Technicolor nightmare, and at others it feels like a Conan story. We hardly see firearms in this film, and it's all bladed weapons. We are often treated to animation that's right out of the movie Heavy Metal, and very much inspired, if you can see the Lochnar. And like the music of Heavy Metal, Jeremiah is a bit like Thulsa Doom from John Milius' Conan movie. And while we're talking about metal, Mandy is metal as fuck. Everything from the Reds, the axe, the demons, his road to vengeance has tons of references to metal. Nicolas Cage gives his tour de force as Red. In my opinion, Mandy has to be the best film of his career. And Linus Rouche plays Jeremiah as a scary villain who has scarier henchmen. The whole cast is on point. Andrea Riseborough has an awesome screen presence with a wonderful strangeness, and although it's not said, Mandy is implied of being a witch, especially when we could see her connection to nature. In one particular scene, her defiance against Jeremiah. It's an amazing scene, and it's reminiscent of a David Lynch movie. The soundtrack is done by late composer Johan Johansson, and it's hauntingly beautiful, atmospheric, and yet terrifying. He previously worked on Sicario, which is one of my favorite soundtracks, and Mandy is one of the best soundtracks of this year. Sadly, Johan died of an overdose. Mandy has to be his best work. Benjamin Lieb's cinematography is amazing, colorful with light flares, shot on the Alexa and the Alexa Mini with Panavision Primo lenses. Mandy has this timeless look. It has high film grain that give this film an atmospheric look, gritty, and expressive as time goes by. Pretty much the monochrome colors at certain points of red and blue add to this. The locations of Belgium give this film a very unique look of nature. Benjamin Lieb shoots the action kinetically without the shaken camera of movies like The Bourne Supremacy or the Taken franchise during fight scenes. Nicolas Cage once said during the shoot, they took a shot from Enter the Dragon, which zooms in on Red breaking one of the bad guy's neck. And that scene's actually amazing. Lieb goes wide with his action, showing us the physical prowess of actor Cage, who is kick-ass in the fight scenes. The bikers are scary. Their costumes are very similar to the Cenobites. Often underexposed, they're truly terrifying and memorable. I would love to see NECA do a figure series with them. Think Hellraiser and cross it with John Carpenter's The Fog. The sound design of the film's awesome, and it pumps out the terrors, especially in one scene where the demon bikers talk. The wardrobe design is great as well.
So guys, see Mandy. It's an absolutely amazing film. It puts Nick Cage as legend status with this iconic character. It puts him with Bruce Campbell as Ash or Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. It's a serious film. It's a really good multi-genre film that is Lovecraftian in certain parts. It does explore some cosmic horror, but it's very much more of a mismatch of Greek tragedy, Dante's Inferno, and the cosmic horror of Lovecraft. See the film. The film is currently on sale in Amazon as a Blu-ray or digital copy. I actually bought the Blu-ray. I had to buy this film from reading the reviews, and the film's actually being screened in New York in Alamo Drafthouse theaters, I think both theaters, and another theater, and as well as other theaters around the country. So I'll provide a link on the showings of Mandy. And guys, I'm telling you, this is like Nicolas Cage's best film. So guys, if you like this video, please press subscribe, and if you have a comment or any questions, please leave them down below, and don't be stingy with your likes, people. And with that, I'll see you at the next episode.